Hello, my friends. I know, kind of odd lighting, right? But I want to get this done now. I was working with a client, and I want to make your solos better right now, immediately, with something that happens to all of us guitar players and improvisational artists, like whatever instrument, really. And that is the timing, okay? So for some of you that are moving forward in your solos and you're able to play, and some of you that are playing other guitar player solos, right? If you're just like learning solos and trying to get really into them, we start to lose our timing. And that is something that sounds amateur. Now, I'm not pointing at someone directly, so I don't mind saying that. I would not like to use like that word, like you are playing amateur, right? If it was sort of critiquing somebody specifically, I think that would be kind of mean. But this is something that's like a telltale sign of sort of inexperience, right? So what will happen is if you're just playing, and I'm just going to use the pentatonic as I do, you know, and you're just playing, right? And then it starts to pick up speed a little bit, right? The solo gets a little bit more exciting. What happens is we start playing ahead of the beat. Everyone does it. Okay, so you can sit within the beat sometimes when it's a little bit slower and a little bit more melodic. And there is like a little bit more wiggle room too. You know, if you're just sort of playing a slower melodic part of a solo, there's a little bit more space within those notes. And then when you're starting to play something that is a little bit more one-y-enda, you know, whatever the rhythm is, that really needs to start fitting in. And because it starts getting more exciting, we start speeding up. Now, some other places that this happens too, there's a lot in the recording studio. You know, if you're playing whatever, doesn't, you know, even if it's just like a... And then here comes the chorus, right? And then it's like everybody starts speeding up, you know, if you're playing with a click, you know, every time you start getting excited and more intense, that speed will happen. Now, the best part about it is this is not something that we need to focus on while we're doing our improvisation, unless you guys want to record yourself playing and see if you can hear it. The problem is sometimes our ears are not attuned to that just yet. So we're playing a little bit ahead of the beat. And even if we like look back and see the recording, we're not able to hear that yet. So how to fix it and how to sound really good and break that bad habit that we all have is a very simple exercise, okay? You just get a metronome, okay? So you set your metronome, whatever the speed is, start at 100, start at something that is comfortable. And what I want you to do is whatever the tempo is, okay? You're just going to cover your strings and you're just going to hit like this, that kind of a feel, okay? A nice hit through all the strings, right? And you're just going to play right on that click. When you do that, if I play a note, lasts a little bit longer, right? If I just play that click will match up to the metronome. I just do metronome.com on my laptop when I do these exercises, right? So you just, and you're going to hear where you are and adjust it to hit right on that click, okay? Now, can you get softer and louder without speeding up and slowing down? That's the first part of this exercise. Pretty easy. And pretty easy to notice where you're sitting. Now, go back in 10 BPMs. You're at 100 BPMs, go back to 90. Do it until that gets very comfortable. Go back to 80. And keep going backwards. The slower it gets, the harder it is going to be. All right? So you get down to 40. And that is really difficult. This is going to really solidify your sense of time. And the best part about it is when you go to solo, you know, that sense of time is going to be integrated in your playing seamlessly, where you're not going to have to think about it. Okay, so this is sort of like an exercise that's going to seep its way into your playing, right? And you won't need to think about it. It's just going to really solidify and perfect your sense of time, okay? Some other really cool things to do that I like to do is getting louder, getting like a little bit softer, and hitting one note and then a strum, right? So same thing like we were doing before, and you don't need to. I like doing it with no actual note, just because I can really hear that click and how precise it is. So if you were to do one note, strum, right? Having that control, you know, and then again, down, up, down, up. Whenever I do that one in particular, I notice that my ups are always a little bit ahead, okay? So same deal. Take those two, one note down, right? And go a little bit louder, a little bit softer, and then keep going back in tens until that gets very comfortable, right? And then do down, up, with that click, and then keep going backwards and backwards and backwards. That will do it. Of course, there are more exercises. There's adding triplets. You know what I mean? There's playing at 40 BPM, but acting like it's 80. So if the click is only on like 1 and 3, switch it where the click is only on 2 and 4, and different ways like that. But really, just those 3 parts of this exercise, you will start noticing. You're going to notice it right away, whether you're ahead or behind, whether you're ahead when you get a little bit louder, whether you're behind when you get a little bit softer. And having that control is going to be really, really important. We will start getting into sort of messing around with playing ahead on purpose to add intensity, right? And when that happens, and it's intentional, it sounds good. It doesn't sound like that sort of amateurish way or inexperienced way of soloing. And then playing behind the beat to get a really cool groove, right? And a really cool sense of expression. So try those. If you feel like you're ready, I'm going to retract that, because you guys should be doing this. I'm saying this from experience because I didn't do it early enough. You should be doing it right away, because it's something you can do right away. I mean, anyone could just put their hands over and go like that, right? And you start building a solid sense of time from the moment you pick up a guitar and you start playing. I think is really good. So try that. Just based off of a lesson that I just had. I just wanted to kind of get this out. Get this information out there right now, because it is so helpful. Cool. Thank you, everybody.